Ladies, I recently posted about belly fat and one of the main culprits being stress. I did a live video of this and it ended up being about 25 minutes of me addressing a lot of details. So I really wanted to create a video that was going to condense all that information down into just a few minutes of your time so that you really had a direction to move forward to begin reducing belly fat. So first I wanted to outline the causes, things that you might be doing that you want to avoid to decrease the chance of that belly fat increasing, things that you might not realize that you're doing already that is actually having a direct effect on the increase of belly fat. So first, stresses on the body cause our cortisol levels to increase. And what happens then is that cortisol encourages visceral fat to form. And visceral fat is the fat that's stored around our organs. So of course, right through our middles. So by reducing the amount of stresses on our body, we can be able to reduce the amount of times that visceral fat is added to our middle, as well as allowing us the opportunity to get rid of that body fat. So things to avoid. One, and kind of the most surprising, is over-exercising. So we begin to get puffy around the middle, so we start exercising. And then when it doesn't work, we exercise more. And then when that doesn't work, we exercise more. And all of a sudden we get into this cycle of excess exercising, which can cause adrenal fatigue. It can also increase stresses and inflammation on the body. So we do not want to over-exercise. If you're going like 5 or 6 days a week, intense workouts, that's probably too much for your goals. Second is cutting sleep short. So trying to get one more thing done before bed, that is not going to do you any favors in terms of stress. Even if you get one more thing done, and that stresses off your plate, well, now you are lacking sleep, and sleep is essential to improving your stress levels and reducing that visceral fat and allowing your body to rest and recover. So please, please, please don't skimp on the sleep. You want at least 7 hours of quality sleep. Next is processed foods with additives. So anything in a package on the nutrition label, if you see that you have ingredients in there that you don't really recognize, those are usually additives, fillers, flavorings, things that are going to be difficult for our body to digest and inflame our cells. Please avoid processed food as much as possible. That's going to have a huge impact on the stress on your body. Next, refined sugar. Maybe this should be a gimme, something that you're like, oh yeah, well, added sugar, of course. But just stressing that the more sugar you have, that is, again, inflaming your body. It's going to increase inflammation, which increases stress on the body. Your blood sugars are all over the place, which also increases stress. Refined sugar and sugar added to food is one of the biggest reasons that people add on weight, have stress on their body, feel mood swings, all the things that we face as women. So please watch the added sugar. Next and finally is sodium. Sodium is going to be a little bit of a stressor on our body as well. Sodium can also lead to bloating. While bloating is somewhat of a response to stress and inflammation, that water balance with sodium as well as things like potassium, some other vitamins, can increase bloating on the body, which is going to have your middle or wherever you tend to bloat feel a little bit puffier and a little thicker. And you can be consistently bloated more than you think. You know, sometimes we go in cycles, sometimes it can be consistent. So just watch the overall. All of those other things can also add to bloating. So if you're going to do 3 things today to make your day better, you can immediately begin to reduce the water weight and immediately begin to address the packing on of visceral fat. That is drink water, recommended half of your body weight in ounces daily. If that is getting up into the 100 ounces area, just go do about 80 ounces and then work your way up. Next is to eat fresh veggies with every meal. So not processed veggies. We want fresh veggies that are that you can cook, of course, but we want those to be the full nutrient dense veggies. Next is get quality sleep. Yes, I know this is easier said than done sometimes for us moms, but however, if whatever you can do to increase the amount of time you sleep, save that one last thing for the next morning or the next day, and prioritize your sleep, mamas. It's so, so important. So good luck. Those should help you move forward and begin decreasing that belly fat. Again, if you have any questions or you would like guidance or accountability to these actions, I am here to help.